Too much was lost. Too much was taken. Too much was broken. After Superman was imprisoned by Batman, locked beneath the earth in a red sun cell that stripped him of everything, the world above tried to move on. But some wounds don't fade with time. And one day, two figures came to that hidden prison, an old farmer and his wife, carrying the weight of a world their son once tried to save. Batman arrived with Catwoman at his side. "Martha," he said, lowering his head. "I'm sorry. No one sees Clark. It's too dangerous." She met his gaze. "Do you think my son would ever harm his mother?" Bruce hesitated. "No." "Then don't stand in my way," she said, walking toward the gate. "You don't control everything, Bruce Wayne." Selina joined her. "Can you teach me how to talk over him like that?" Martha smiled. "Of course, dear." Jonathan, still inside the car, grinned tiredly at Bruce. "Don't feel bad, son. Once Martha makes up her mind, even God gets out of the way." Bruce sighed. "You're not going in?" Jonathan shook his head. "No, that's her battle. Come on, you and I are getting a drink." The drones lifted the car into the air as the two men sat inside, heading toward the nearest bar. Inside the cell, the light was red and merciless. Martha Kent walked through it, the pie trembling in her hands. "Clark," she whispered. He looked up from his book, his eyes dim but still kind. "Ma?" She dropped the pie, walked over, and pulled him into her arms. "It's okay, son," she said through tears. "You can hug me back." And for the first time in years, Superman obeyed. She wiped her face and smiled faintly. "How's the world out there?" he asked. "Oh, it's getting along just fine without you," she said. "But I think, when you come to your senses, it'll need you again." "I'm not getting out," he muttered. "We'll see." "Where's Pa?" She chuckled. "If I know your father, he's arguing with a billionaire about who's buying the drinks." In a small, dim bar, Jonathan Kent and Bruce Wayne, now out of the cowl, entered together. Jonathan ordered 2 beers. "Alfred asked us to look in on you," he said. Bruce blinked. "He did?" "He did. Said you might forget you're human." Jonathan took a sip. "I raised a boy who could move mountains. You don't scare me, son." Bruce stared into his glass. "It's difficult, trying to save the world without becoming what Clark did." Jonathan nodded. Silence followed. Then he asked quietly, "Did he come to you? After Lois?" Bruce nodded. "He did." "Did he ask for help?" "In a way. And you didn't help him." Bruce looked down. "He murdered someone in cold blood." Jonathan's tone stayed calm. "I'm not excusing him, but I think this isn't about right and wrong. You're holding an impossible man to an impossible standard. You forgot he's human too." He leaned back, finishing his drink. "Clark didn't need your forgiveness, Bruce. He just needed his friend to understand." Bruce didn't answer. Jonathan smiled sadly. "When your parents died, if you'd had the chance, would you have killed their murderer?" Bruce hesitated. "I was a child." Jonathan nodded. "We all are." Later, Batman stood outside the red cell. Superman looked up from the shadows. Neither spoke for a long time. Finally, Superman broke the silence. "Do you do this with everyone you lock up? Stare until they go mad?" Bruce didn't respond. "Is the world better?" Clark asked softly. "With me in here? Nothing. Has it known less war? Less death?" Silence. Clark smiled faintly. "I'll take that as no." Bruce removed his cowl. "Clark, I'm sorry. About Lois." Superman froze, eyes wide. Batman's voice cracked. "I should have been better. I don't know if the world's better with you in there, but I know it would be a finer one if she were still alive." He turned and walked away. Superman sat down on his cot, the red light washing over him like guilt. And for the first time in years, both men felt the same thing, a world that no longer knew what justice truly meant.